Hello everyone. We are continuing to discuss principles of design visual elements with our vocabulary term directional force. Directional force is where you allow your eye to be led through the piece, whether it is through line, shape, color, texture, and various other elements. Now in this photograph, we see that the rock is probably our focal point, but we have a very strong line that is happening here on the concrete. When we look at that, that becomes our directional force, or you could say implied line. It leads you through the artwork. We also have line that is being directed here through the shadow. And a little bit of line also further back if you were to look at the background. This wheel here, directional force, can pull you in to the background on the left-hand side. It also can bring you around the front too. Directional force, again, the path the eye will follow through the composition. Look over the entire piece and see if there are shapes or patterns that lead your eye somewhere. The lines can be vertical, horizontal, diagonal, circular, it doesn't matter. So in this piece, we have different floral arrangements, different floral elements. Now, if we were to look overall, we can see that this creates more of a circular shape here by the sunflower, but also these petals, they can bring you in or bring you out to the other visual elements, just by the way they're lying. Now, this also has a circular component here, this marigold, and then we also have another round component with the leaf. So we have a lot of roundness that's kind of maybe throwing us through different portions of the piece, but then also these lines that pull us up or bring us back down. Another photograph of directional force, this is actually a swing set. It's really neat how the photographer took the photograph. By the way, these photographs are by former students. So we have strong line, definitely directional force, right? Pulls us up, pulls us down, pulls us side to side, but we definitely have this strong line implied. Another directional force. Now this is really close honeycomb. We see a lot of repeated elements, a really great pattern, textures here. If we look at these sides, we have the lines that almost look like, or they're creating implied line, pulling us up, it's diagonal. Also, if we were to connect the dots, so to speak, with these other lines of shape circles, they kind of allow us to have this half circle shape. So looking at the very outer edge of this one, we have a lot of interesting line and pattern. This is background, so it's a lot more blurred out, but you might be able to see some line that kind of allows the eye to be flowing through. But overall, we have a strong line that is coming up from the right hand side of the diagonal, and then we also have these lines repeated by the circles that are in this element. Alright, so that's directional force. I know that's one vocabulary term that's very important to think about when you are taking a photograph, doing a drawing, a painting, etc. Thank you everyone.